Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com.
So this IP address has been set. So what I will do, currently I know that there is no entry at all, but you can see the moment I put the IP addresses, it received this information. Correct? Now let's do one more interesting thing. You can see the MAC address are automatically registered. Automatically the ports are also registered. Correct? I will reboot the switch. I will reboot this entire system one more time. Okay. Say reboot. Now my switch is actually rebooting right now. The same booting process which I told you is actually doing the same thing. Okay, this is the user mode. I will go to the privilege mode. I will say show MAC address table. Now you can see it's once again empty because I told you this is a application specific memory integration circuit. Okay, now still it is not green. Now why he is not green? He's taking some time. Okay, there is a reason behind it. Now if I see, currently there is no data. Correct. Let's do one thing. Let's go to the computer and say ping 192.168.1.101. Now I'm trying to ping, so I'm sending the data packet called as ICMP from this machine to this machine. So he will be received the ICMP frame. Okay, and let's see what happened. So I will go to this computer. Where is that IP? Config 192.168.1.101. Press enter. Correct. So I should get 4 responses. Now the data would be transferred over here. Initially he checked the MAC address table that it is supposed to be blank. Correct. So he did broadcasted it. Now he will understand the 2 entries. Okay. Now these 2 entry he understand that actually what happened. This message goes here. My switch will understand the MAC address of this source. He will put the entry of that particular MAC address. But he don't understand where is the other MAC address which you are looking for, which is a destination. Right? Where is that destination? I don't know. So he broadcasted that particular signals, ICMP signal to this one and this one. Correct? When it received to this one, he will discard the message over here. It is not made for me. I discarded it. So nothing is coming back. Correct? But whenever it goes to here, he received the message. He said that, oh, he trying to ping me. So I should send him a reply. So whenever he's sending the reply back, my switch will try to learn the MAC address of this particular device. Correct? Now, if I try to ping one more time, then that particular time, my particular MAC address is already there in a MAC address table. Correct. So my particular switch will not do the broadcast. He will only transfer the data to this particular computer only. Why? Because I already have the MAC address table inside the switch right now. Correct. This is how it is built. Correct? So understand, this is very important concept in order to understand that. Now let's say I will try to ping himself. Okay, I will say, what is my IP address? IP config. My IP address is 102. I will say ping 192.168.1.102. I'm pinging myself. I'm getting reply. Correct. Come back here. This is the laptop. Okay. It is still the same. Why? Because I'm doing the self pinging on this. The request is not coming out of this particular computer at all. Self pinging was done on my local machine. Correct. Now let's try to ping 192.168.1.100. Press enter. Now the moment I try to ping this, he has done the broadcasting, or is he done unicasting? I try to ping from here to here. Now what happened? The request is coming from this particular laptop, going to this particular switch. Switch do have the two MAC address already populated now. So he's not going to do the broadcast at all. But the moment the frame received over here, he will come to know that, oh, the MAC address of this is not registered with me. So I need to put the MAC address over here. Correct? So the moment you will receive the new MAC address, he will put that entry into the MAC address table. Next time, MAC address table, but this time he is not doing broadcasting because he already know this particular MAC address is already connected to this particular physical port. Now you can see one more MAC address would be populated inside your MAC address. Correct? I can see. Okay, if I say clear MAC address table, okay, if I go for show MAC address table, that has been done. Now, once again, my computer will start doing broadcasting, try to learn the MAC addresses, store the MAC addresses into the MAC address table, and next time he will make sure that he should only send the data to that specific port where that MAC address is connected. Now this method is called as your MAC address learning method. This is how switch can learn the MAC address of your computer. Correct? Do you think, is there any problem in this particular mechanism? Any problem, do you think, to learn this MAC addresses, store this MAC addresses? Or is it good? Okay, there is a problem. Okay, now imagine this particular guy do install a software, and that particular software will actually generate number of fake MAC addresses. Correct? You can see there is a attack. Layer 2 attack is called as cam flooding. Okay, we will also called cam table. Cam table would be the MAC address table. Correct? Now, if you could have any particular software who can install such kind of cam table flooding attacks, I will start sending thousands of MAC addresses to this particular switch. Correct? Now, this particular switch do have a specific limit to store the MAC addresses, correct? And this particular guy will continuously sending new MAC addresses from his software. Now, what will happen as a normal behavior of the switch? The switch will erase the previous MAC address based on LRU algorithm, and he will upload the new MAC addresses which is coming from the network. Now, what happened in our case? Whatever MAC addresses which is provided by my target machine, those are actually fake, which is not present at all. The network traffic is not going to that particular address at all, correct? Then whatever traffic which is connected through this particular switch, if that traffic is coming, every time the traffic needs to do broadcasting. So I am actually creating a huge broadcast by deleting the MAC address tables. But I'm not deleting the MAC address table the way I deleted. I fired the command called as clear MAC address table. But here what I'm doing, I am actually creating it with the help of some MAC flooding attacks. Correct? Now this is very important to handle it. Now while we're discussing our second day, we talked about port security. What we talked about? Port security, where people are doing a layer 2 attack, and I want to stop that particular attack. Correct? Now here we are going to understand that methodology. If this particular guy keeps changing the MAC address and replacing this MAC address, end of the day my switch don't have any MAC address which are available or connected to the network, then it is a problematic for me. So this is a very good feature, that MAC address learning is a very good feature of the switch. Along with that, it will come with a problem as well, because layer 2 attack called as MAC address flooding can actually create a broadcast room, which is nothing but denial of service attack. Means I'm trying to interrupt the service. That is because of the MAC flooding attack. Now, how we can stop such kind of attack with the help of these switches? Because switches is not going to stop understanding the MAC address, because that is their normal behavior. Then how do I stop such kind of attack? Because if I cannot stop this, then how do I stop this particular thing to be happen? Now there is a concept called as port security, or you can say switch port security. Okay. Now switch port is a feature which I can apply on the top of switch interfaces. Now this interface where my computer is connected, I will configure the switch port security in such a way that first I will say this particular port should allow to change only one MAC address. Means actual technically theoretically speaking only one, but practically it is a two. This MAC address is already there over here. He will allow to change one more MAC address over here. Now I will give you the limit, maximum time, how many times you can change this MAC address. Means maximum times you can change this MAC address. But I allow this, okay, you can change this MAC address to twice. Now in simulator it will be only working one, I believe. Then if I change the computer, and if I connect another computer with different MAC address, he will allow that particular traffic. But third time, if I try to change the computer, and if the computer try to send a MAC address, he will block the connection. Why? Because you configure this particular port to only change one MAC address, correct? You are not supposed to check anything at all. You're supposed to check where you are able to understand this particular MAC address keeps changing. Your port will understand, okay, he changed it twice. Now, what is the configuration of this port? You have to make sure that it should change twice, thrice. My switch port will understand, might be he's doing MAC flooding attack.
Hey viewers, are you looking for formal training on SRE practices? Take our SRE program. This course will teach you how to successfully implement site reliability engineering in the modern day 24/7 services. Kickstart your SRE training today. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Correct? If you are going to do that, you can use that particular option called as block. He will immediately stop this particular traffic moving on to that particular LAN network. So this is a very, very important method. Correct? So that particular method is called as switch port security. Many of your companies do have this security enabled. So they will allow you to change the computer for certain times, but there should be some maximum limit, because otherwise somebody can sit here, send multiple fake address, overpopulate this MAC address table or a CAM table. Then obviously this particular computer will keep needed, or this particular switch is needed to do broadcasting. So there is a port security. Now we need to understand how we can configure this port security. Correct? Now let's understand. First of all, we will try to capture the MAC address of this computer. And now this particular computer do have the MAC address is 00647B0A04. Okay. Now on which port of the switch it is connected? It is connected to the fast Ethernet 01. So I'm going to apply this setting to this port only. I do not bother about this port. Okay. If I want to configure it to all the ports, you can do that. Correct. But currently I am going to talk about very specific to this port. Then I will give you some small practical. Then you can do that with multiple ports. Okay. So let's go inside this switch. Correct. Now look at the commands carefully. First, I need to log into that particular port. So what I will do, enable, I will go to the config mode. Now what is the number of that interface? 0/1. That is the first number of that particular interface where I want to put the security. Correct? I will say interface fast Ethernet 0/1. Okay, you can see I am currently inside that interface. So whatever settings I would be doing, he would be actually going to apply for this particular port number of the switch. Okay, now I would like to say the switch port mode access. The meaning of this command is the port which I am using. Correct, this would be called as access port. Now there are two type of ports are available. The port which is connected to the end devices, that means your computers. Correct, your end devices means that device is not a switch, or that device is not any higher level device. Correct, majorly if it is not switch. Correct, if any particular port which is connected to all end devices, that would be considered as a access port. That means these are the devices who is going to access the data, and these are end devices. Correct, so such port would be access port. So what I'm telling to this particular port, that okay, you are a access port, that means your end device is connected to this, that's why it is access port. Correct. Now, the second command would be switch port access VLAN 1. Now, don't worry about this command. You won't be able to understand this command at this moment of time because you don't know what is the concept of VLAN. But after this, we will be able to see what is the concept of VLAN. Okay. Currently, just I'm telling this particular port that you are the part of this VLAN number 1. Correct? This is the meaning of this command. First, I'm telling this port you are an access port. That means some end device would be connected to it. You are access port. You are the port which is belong to this VLAN. This is the second command. Correct? Third command would be switch port hyphen security. Enter. Now this command actually enables the security on that port. Correct? So remember, I will copy and paste all the commands to you. So this is my first command. I am telling my particular port that you are belong to an access port. You are belong to the access port of this particular VLAN. You are the part of this VLAN that I am telling it on the second command. Third command will help you to enable the port security on that particular port. So I am enabling the port security on that port. Correct? But okay, if it is enabled, now I need to tell him that how many times you should change the MAC address. Okay, what is the number I should wait till that particular violation should not happen? That means how many times I should change it. Okay, then there is a concept called a switch port. Okay, port hyphen security. There is a concept called as, these are the three parameters you need to configure. The first one is called as maximum. So how many maximum time you won't allow or you will allow this particular port to change the MAC address? I would say only once. Okay. Then okay, then what if violation is happened? This is a violation option. Then I will say switch port violation, port security violation. If any such violation is happen, what should I do? I would say shut down that port. Okay. So first I'm instructing that particular port number 1 that how many times maximum I should change that MAC address. If such violation, that means he done the maximum MAC address changing, what action should I take of that particular violation? I said shut down. Correct? Shut down that particular port. Correct? Now there is a restriction is also available, protect is also available. Okay, it depends upon your requirement. Sometimes restrict will help you to allow some traffic to go outside, but maximum traffic would be disabled. So whatever traffic you want to send it to other host, actually those traffic would be completely disabled. So anyhow your traffic is not restricted. 99% traffic is completely blocked. Only 1% traffic would be allowed. So it is more or less shut down. Correct? Protected, now it depends upon router to router. Sometimes some protection would be enabled. Now for basic router, this particular feature won't be work properly, and for the simulator also it is not going to work, but protect option would work properly in higher end router. There is a mechanism who can actually filter out that particular connection, and whoever sending the MAC address, he will never allow that particular MAC address coming from that particular port to be registered into the memory. He won't allow to do that. So such kind of implementation is also available, but that is available in core routers, not access level router. Access level router would be much more comfortable with the shutdown. Okay, so I said violation should be shut down. Now the third and very important thing you need to understand, you need to tell him what is the MAC address which you need to start with, which is the first MAC address you need to start with it. After this, you are going to start the counter. Okay, I will say switch port hyphen security. There is an option called as MAC address. You have to tell the MAC address to that port. Okay, this is the first MAC address of it. You need to start over here. Now here there are two options. Either I can manually type the IP address, or either I can take the IP address from sticky. Sticky means whatever current IP address which you have, sorry, MAC address, not IP address, whatever MAC address which you have. Sticky means whatever MAC address currently available to your interface, the same MAC address would be registered for the security. Correct? Let's go for sticky. Correct? Now, as per my understanding, I have configured my particular security on the port number 1. I'm telling port number 1, you are correctly finding out who is sending multiple MAC addresses. That means any new MAC address would be changed. He will allow certain limits, the limit which is maximum 1 we have selected. But after that, if anything, any new things will be coming, everything would be shut down for that particular port. So let's see whether it's enabled or not. I will say show port hyphen security. You can see it is given the option. It is running on this maximum schedule address is 1. Strictly action would be shut down. Currently, nothing is changed because I have not changed anything. Then if I say show port security address, okay, so this is complete table. Currently, we don't have any particular address. Okay. Now, if I say show port security interface fast Ethernet 0/1, so this is the complete security information with respect to your interface. Port security is enabled, violation is shut down, maximum address would be 1, total MAC address would be 0, currently nothing, sticky MAC address is 0. Okay, now let's, okay, now I will try to ping. Now it is configured on this machine. I will say config. Try to say ping 192.168.1.1.101. Okay, so my MAC address would be already registered. I just want to fire one more command to check. You can see it is registered because I clear the MAC addresses. That's why it was running 0. But currently, one MAC address would be there. Okay, this MAC address is currently available. It is in sticky bit type. Correct. Now one count is already done. Now let's see if I take this computer out and if I connect some other computer over here with a different MAC address. Correct. then what would be happened? Okay, now I'm just want to take one more computer here. I just want to connect the wire to first ether. Okay, now this was my original IP MAC address was registered as a sticky bit. Now I connected another computer, so the MAC address would be changed over here.
Hey viewers, our Mastery in DevOps engineering program can help you to hone the skills necessary to succeed in high-level DevOps positions. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now and earn certification that show you are keeping pace with today's technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Okay, it is green. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to computer. I will assign some IP address to this. Sorry, 1.106. Okay, I will go to the command prompt and type ping 192.168.1.101. Okay, let's see what will happen. You can see it's blocked it. Okay, this is something which is very interesting. What I did, I told him that you can change the MAC addresses only once. So whatever original was registered, that was the first one. After that, any new MAC address comes, you should block the connection. Correct? So whatever MAC address was there, we blocked it. Now let's do one more interesting thing. If I connect the wire back to the original computer, okay, let's connect it back to the original computer. I will go to this interface and I need to manually turn up that interface, otherwise it will not automatically come. So I will go to the interface number 1 and I will say no shut. Correct? That's great. So it is turned to be up. Now wait for some time. Now this is the problem in simulators that we need to shut down first and after that you need to try the no shut. Now why it is like that, we really don't know, but this is what they are talking. Now let's see whether I'm connected my computer back to the original one, okay, which was already listed. Okay, then I will once again go here and check whether it's allowed it or not. I will say it's allowed it. So I got the same MAC address once again. Okay, this is the only one which is allowed it. Any other than any other MAC address, he won't allow it because one number is there. And this is my first MAC address. If I say 2, then he will allow this first. This would be second. If you try to connect third computer, he won't allow you to do that. So this is called as switch port security. Correct? So how we are going to add it onto that particular interface and how we are going to take the advantage in order to avoid the MAC address flooding. This is the beautiful example. So any software you install it. Now this is a layer 2 attack. He keeps changing the MAC address. Switch says, okay, I allowed it once. I allowed it twice. Third time you try to change the MAC address, he will shut down your all traffic. He said that you are keeps changing the MAC address, which is not allowed. Correct? So this is called as port security. Correct? Now remember, there is two options was there. Now one was sticky bit and second one is manually putting the MAC address. Correct. So what I will do, I will remove this security. Now remember how we are going to remove anything from Cisco devices. Okay. Now what command we have typed in order to enable the security? The command was switch port - port security. This is the command which we have fired to enable the security. I need to simply type the word called as no switch port security. It is disabled. Correct? If I say do show port hyphen security, it is not available. Okay, I will exit out of it. Show port hyphen show switch port. Nothing is there, it is disabled. Correct? So show port security interface. Fast Ethernet 0/1. It is disabled. Correct? So I have disabled the security. Once again, we are going to enable that particular thing, but this time we are talking about something called as manually we are going to put that particular thing. Means your particular MAC address of your particular computer. Last option was you are putting the sticky bit, means whatever is available right now, you just put that particular MAC address. Correct? So let's configure it. I will clear the MAC address table as well. Okay. If I show MAC address table, it's nothing right now. Correct? Nothing is registered over. Now let's once again configure the security. Carefully check that because I'm going to ask you few things in order to go for port security. Okay. Once again, I will go to the config. Correct. I will go to that interface. Correct. I'm inside this particular interface. Now I will say I'm going to inform that particular port that you are access port. So your mode is the port of that particular port do have a specific mode, and first mode is access, second mode is trunk. Actually, I will tell you about trunk later on. So I will say it's access mode and correct. After that, which VLAN you belong to, means you are the port of which VLAN. I will say switch port access. You are the access port of VLAN 1. I told you don't worry about the VLAN at this moment of time. Let it be as it is. And this is the default command because by default VLAN 1 is available. Correct? So don't worry about that. Okay. The next thing which we are going to see is switch port security. We need to enable that. Correct? So you will say switch port hyphen security. We will enable that. You need to tell him switch port security maximum. Maximum. I will say 2 this time. Let's see whether it's working on the simulator or not. I would say maximum 2. That means 2 times he will allow me, but third time he won't allow me to do that. Then he will ask me, okay, let me see what violation is happened. What should be? I will say switch port security, violation, shutdown. I'm putting tab for autocomplete. I'm not typing. I'm putting tab so it would be easy for you to do that. Correct? After that, the next command is MAC address. So what I will do, I will go to this computer. Now this is fast Ethernet link address, IP default gateway. Let's find out. Okay. Let's find out the physical address. I will copy it because I want to put this address to the switch now to that specific port. Okay. I would say switch port security, correct? MAC address. Okay. I will put this MAC address. Best. Okay. Find a duplicate MAC address. Now this is okay. Last time it is available there. It will not allow you to do that. Okay. Okay, we will connect another computer, not a big deal. Take this wire and connect it to the fast Ethernet. Okay, wait. Okay, now he's not allowing because this was already there. That's why he's not allowing us. But we can have another computer which we can use it, no problem. So I will say ipconfig /all and let's copy this physical address and we will use this physical address. Okay, not a big deal. So I will go back here and I will switch port security, and this is the new MAC address. It should get accepted. Correct, that's fine. Now let's confirm whether it's enabled or not. Correct, so let's say show port security. Now you can see it is enabled on fast Ethernet 1. The counter would be 2. Current address would be 2. We would like to clean it. Okay. Now I will say show port security interface fast Ethernet 0/1. So 1 is there. Now you can see this is the MAC address. What is the computer MAC address which we have? This is this. Then why it is not here? Okay, this is the last one. Total MAC addresses is 2, configured MAC addresses is 1, and security violation would be. Okay, now here is the problem. Actually, the previous settings actually is not removed. That's the problem. So let's do one thing. Okay, I will once again go to the config T. I will go to the interface fast Ethernet 0/1. Now this has happened with the simulator. I will say no switch port hyphen security. I will say no switch port hyphen security maximum 2. I'm just saying no to everything. Switch port security, violation, shutdown. I want everything to be clear. Okay, violation. Why it is not giving this? No port security, violation. No port security violation. Correct. No port security MAC address. Sticky. No port security switch port We will put these two MAC addresses as well, because here he's showing me the last MAC address which is available. So we don't want that, otherwise it will create a problem for us. Otherwise, and we need to take another switch for this because the setting has not been removed. So I will take this MAC address. Okay. So no switch port security sticky. So I hope it would be removed now. Okay. Show port security, because the moment I enabled whatever previous setting was there, it was automatically comes up. So I will do this thing. And the best thing is to restart your entire network, that because this is the running configuration which we are doing, correct? So if I restart this particular switch any given point of time, whatever was configured, it was gone, because every time if it is restart, it is reading NVRAM, not the RAM. Okay. Okay, so let's wait for this. Now we would like to try the port security by putting our own MAC address manually. This is what we are trying. Sticky bit, we already tried, no problem at all. So everything works fine for that particular thing, but we are looking for.
Hey viewers, trying to get into DevSecOps? Enroll for our DevSecOps certified professional programs and earn the certification that shows you are fit for these technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
That things to be happen with manually entering that MAC address. So I'm looking for that. Okay, let's do it one more time. Okay, now carefully check enable config. Okay, before we do that, we would like to check show port security. Nothing is there. Port security fast Ethernet 0/1, because we are using the port which is the same port, correct? Now my MAC address table is clean. There is no MAC address registered at all. So if I say show MAC address table, clean, correct? Now let's do it. Now this is just to confirm it. It's connected to the port number 1. Just to confirm the MAC address one more time, this is the MAC address. Okay, I would keep it copy because I would like to paste it onto the switch. Now once again go to the config T, go to that interface where I would like to do this configuration. I will say switch port mode access, correct? Switch port access VLAN 1. Don't worry about that. After this we are going to introduce VLAN. After that we are going to say switch port hyphen security. After that switch port hyphen security maximum, I will say 2, correct? Switch port security violation, I would say shutdown, correct? I would say switch port security MAC address. Now I am going to put this MAC address. Enter. Correct? Exit show port hyphen security. Now one counter is already there because I put one MAC address already, so that is also registered. Now one more counter is given. We will see whether the violation is happen when we change third one. Okay. Now I will say switch port security interface fast Ethernet 01 to check whether the port security has been enabled on that particular interfaces or not. Show port security address. Okay, this is configured. This is correct. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's try to connect the same wire to this particular computer. Okay, wait for some time, let it become a green and we will see what will happen. Okay, so wait for some time. Are you guys doing the practical with me? Because I will give you some task after this. Okay, that's good. So if I go to switch and I will say, okay, this is there. Okay, let's try to ping it to someone. I would say ping 192.168.1.1. Okay, it's pinging. So it would be registered to the MAC address table. Okay, now it is saying total MAC address 2 and maximum MAC address 2. Okay, now we would like to connect one more computer over here. Take this wire, connect it to this, to the fast Ethernet. We will set one more IP address to this for testing purpose. I would say 192.168.1.254. Okay, now let's connect it to that. Now our two maximum numbers is already reached. Now we would like to check whether my particular switch allow the connection or traffic to be coming from this to going to this computer. Let's see that. Okay, now it is become green. I will try to ping. I will check the IP address one more time. Okay, I would say ping 192.168.1.101. Okay, it's doing it. Strange. Okay. Okay, what is the MAC address of this computer? Okay, it's registered over here. Last source MAC address is this. If I take it back here, because this MAC address sticky bit is working fine. Now we would like to check whether it's working for the manual you have entered the MAC address or not. We have changed this. The maximum has been reached over here. It is resetting. I think this will be also get allowed. Now here command actually working in different format. You can see it is also allowed. Okay, that means this MAC once is actually not working over here, but in real life it is actually allow only two MAC address, the one which we have it. Let's do one thing. Maybe that config T. I will go to the interface, fast Ethernet into 0/1. I will change that switch port security maximum maximum 1. Okay. This could be the problem actually, because I told you here only in simulator only one works. So once again go to switch, exit, show port security, counter is 1, port security interface, fast ethernet 0/1, okay, 060, this one, okay, this is not, this MAC address this actually. Okay. Okay, that's the reason. We will try whether it's working or not, because most of the simulators does not work for this. Now we will try for one. I know that it is going to work for maximum number 1, but in real life it could be something. I will say switch port security, MAC address. This is the MAC address. Now it will find it's a duplicate because I already enter it. So I will say okay. So if I go here and try to ping, stop. Correct. Why? Because I put the MAC address of this. This is not a MAC address of this. Okay, and it's immediately stop. And maximum IP address was, sorry, maximum MAC addresses was only 1. So technically in the simulator, it's not working more than one value. In real life, it will allow you certain value to be changed. Correct? But in simulator, it is a restriction. Now, if I connect it back to this one where I took the MAC address from, I will once again shut down. No shut. I will turn that interface on. Now this will allow it, right? Because this is the MAC address of this machine. I have put it into this particular port security, so it should allow only this MAC address to run the traffic. So let's wait to come this thing, and let's go to this computer. I will say ping -t 192.168.1.101. You can see it's working. The only problem is the maximum number 1 is there in a simulator. It does not support 2 well. So this is called as port security. Okay, the port security means he will not allow you to change the computers or indirectly computers, but he will not allow you to change any MAC addresses too much. Correct. Now there is a one more interesting attack is there, which can be resolved. Now everything is actually work with ARP. I told you that your MAC address and IP address mapping would be done with the help of ARP. Now I told you that there is a ARP poisoning attack is also there, that somebody try to distribute, or you can try to publish the message across the network by saying this MAC address is equal to this IP address. He will put his own IP address and MAC address of other machines over there. So he will pretend that this is my MAC address. You should send everything to me. Correct? So such kind of fake ARP messages also can be restricted in this type of security measures. So level 2 attack should be managed by your switch. Correct? So understand how MAC address are learning, how MAC address learning mechanism works, what is a switch port security, how switch can use fragment free switching, that he is not going to read each and every frame, he will only take 64 bytes of it. Based on that 64 byte, he will understand the destination and he will check, okay, the frame of that 64 byte sample is very good, he will immediately start it to the destination. He will forward that particular frame to the respected port on that particular switch where that MAC address is registered. Correct? Is there any doubt in these three concepts: method of switching, how switch can learn the MAC address, and what is a switch port security? If you have any doubts, you can ask me, because I will give you one task for next 10 minutes. You are going to complete that particular task by creating this entire diagram, and you are going to configure the port security with respect to the whatever configuration which we have to. It is maximum only one, so you have to configure the port security for that. Correct? So here is the example which I want you people to do it. Correct? Now let's take a switch. Okay, once again I'm taking the switch. Correct? This time I'm taking two switches. Correct? I'm connecting a wire in between two switches. Now let's say I do have three different departments in my organization. Okay, I have a chemistry department, so this is the chemistry PC. Okay, I have two PCs for chemistry department. I will say this is a chemistry department PC number 1. This is a chemistry department for PC number 2. Correct? Now I do have one more computer connected to this switch, which is another switch, but it is belong to chemistry department. Okay, this is a third computer, but it is located somewhere into second switch. You can say this is my first floor, this is my second floor. We will do it like that only. So this, you can say this is my first this color.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.